Just hours into the US president's imposed ceasefire, air raid sirens ring out. On Israeli military claims it had detected an Iranian missile bound for the north. Orders for the IDF to respond forcefully quickly follow. It's apparent defiance of the US president's word that the ceasefire is now, sparking an extraordinary outburst from the man himself.
Israel violated it too.
Are you questioning if Israel is committed?
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Israel acknowledges hitting an Iranian radar installation after the ceasefire. The Israeli Prime Minister's office also conceding further strikes were only aborted after he received a call from the US president.
I thank my friend President Trump and the United States for their part in the defense of Israel and in removing the Iranian nuclear threat.
These claims Iran's nuclear program has been destroyed are also being challenged. A US intelligence report leaked to US media finding American strikes on Iran's underground facilities only sealed the entrances and didn't collapse the structures beneath. Iran's stockpile of enriched uranium was not destroyed and may have been moved to other secret nuclear sites. Ultimately, the report concluded Iran's program had only been set back by a few months. All this labelled fake news by the US president. Donald Trump's unprecedented decision to launch US strikes against Iran shows the lengths his administration is prepared to go to back Israel. But his tirade on the lawns of the White House shows it's not totally without conditions. Going against his word and risking further US involvement in the region are among them. In Gaza, Israel's campaign against Hamas still requires US support. While the world watched the so-called 12-day war with Iran, the violence in the territory continued unabated. Gazan authorities reporting at least 46 people were killed waiting for aid in the latest two incidents at sites run by the American-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. Palestinians here in Khan Yunis watching news of Israel's ceasefire with Iran wonder when theirs will come too. It's rhetoric which isn't likely to resonate with Iran given the history of that country's relationship with the United States. But when it comes to Benjamin Netanyahu, a man who's tied himself and his country so closely to Donald Trump, it stings, and it certainly forced Israel to change course very quickly. It also hints at another word starting with F, which has been rattling around the White House for some time now when it comes to describing the relationship with Mr. Netanyahu, and that is frustration. What will be key here is whether it also changes the course of the war in Gaza. That's something that Mr. Netanyahu and the IDF had demoted to a secondary conflict while it was fighting with Iran, but something which continues to drag on with an unimaginable and devastating toll for the Palestinian population and a growing toll on the IDF itself, with another 7 soldiers killed in the last day alone.
Iranian academic Dr. Hassan Bagharinia and his wife haven't been heard from in about a week. The former professor who regularly posted content critical of the Iranian regime has gone missing.
Supporting the Islamic Republic has never brought us peace or security.
Since the start of the war, I've been getting reports from my contacts on the ground who are regime opponents that the crackdown on dissent has become even more brutal.
It's enough for them to label you with like, you are a spy, you are working for Israel, you are American spy, then they kill you. Easily.
The last time there was a groundswell for regime change was in 2022 during the Women, Life, Freedom protests. Some of those women say they had hoped this war could topple the Ayatollah and his men.
They said that they're going to kill Khamenei, they're going to change the regime, they're going to bring better days, but all lies.
This might have been the last chance for us. If this war continued, Israel would finish them.
The human rights group Hengor has documented 530 people arrested for alleged anti-regime sentiment during the war.
Having justice.
Back in Australia, many are worried for their loved ones in Iran.
I think that feeling of powerlessness is the most challenging thing that we are dealing with these days.
Aymana Parisi fled Iran 11 years ago. Her daughter, who was already married, stayed.
I fear that my daughter will die of stress and fear even before her house and family are bombed. I plead to the Australian government to help my daughter flee as soon as possible.
Gripped by fear, even as the ceasefire holds. Alison Horn, ABC News.